It's not easy. But what if? How about this? The question 7.
What are the most important things students learn at university?
Can you use your personal story to tell what are the most important skills you learn in university? Can you?
No?
No, I mean, can you?
Yes.
Could you
Maybe.
do that?
Yeah.
Possible, right?
Yeah.
So this is why I'm just tell you some tips about how to analyze this kind of questions. So when you heard this kind of sentence starting with this, then you can pop into mind, oh, this is the most. And I can use my personal examples, and I choose one thing to elaborate. Okay, let's go to the third. Which one A or B? I think this repeat a lot of times. Argue for one. You choose argue for one, or you two-side elaboration. You elaborate for both, and then choose one of them, or you say both are important. Okay. The third, I think this is like choose blah blah blah. Then it does not have very clear answer. You can, if it is an imaginary scenario, you can use if condition, or you just use your reasons to support your ideas. That's okay. And then, how about that question? I think it's an advanced question. There is a question starting with how. Or there are questions starting with how.
Yeah. How do you see the future
Yeah.
of China?
This type of question is the most important, the most difficult ones. Basically, it will not appear in, I think it's not very frequently seen in Toastmasters table topics, because these are two relying on your, like, some backgrounds about society or about specific knowledge. So you rarely see this. But when you are having a conversation with, for example, other university students, like in America or other places, then you will frequently be asked this. How would Taiwanese do something? How would you, how do your like government operate? Can you explain? How is your government different from American's government? For example, like this. This can be an immediate question to you, and then you can think about how to answer. And my suggestion for this is you have to read a lot, and then learn the English, and then remember some stimulating thoughts, the ideas from the readings. You can answer this immediately if you are asked. All right? And basically, I have no tips for this. This is too difficult. Okay. So this is just some reminder. You can see, is it better to give an overall answer to the question? The overall answer means like you just choose A or you choose B to answer. Or is it better to give an answer at the end? This means you give an answer at the beginning of your speech. Or is it okay to give an answer at the end of your speech? You know, sometimes you don't have any ideas, and then you just start with something and then continue to speak and speak and speak and speak. Just like something lists a lot of things. And then maybe you will answer at the end if you don't think of anything at the beginning, right? But I would say it's preferable for you to state it that clear at the beginning for a topic sentence. That's how I teach you, right?
Yes.
Because for table topic questions, time is too short. So don't put answer at the end. But if you are having a conversation with some friends and you want to speak for 1 to 2 minutes, and you may consider to state some truth you have already known, and then start thinking it a bit, and then state it, the answer at the end is still fine. Okay, still can impress people, but for us, I think it's better to state it clear at the beginning. And you can think about, are there different ways to interpret the questions? For example, that beauty questions. They're very abstract. Can you look at it in different ways? Right? Can you say that a person, I don't know, you can think out of a box, which means you can interpret it in different ways. And can you think of an interesting way to answer the question? Interesting. I think this is also very important. Maybe you talk about something very boring, or you didn't explain a bit. You just say, "Oh, I like it," and that's all. Sometimes if you don't think of anything, you will stuck there, and then and actually you didn't explain anything. So remember, you have to be interesting. So that's why telling your personal story is important, because it's closer, that many other people can relate to what you think about. It's easier. So it's make it interesting. Okay? Are there any terms which you need to define for specific questions? Maybe you need to define why you think about these terms first. Okay. So basically that's all. That's all for today. And the questions, you can look on the questions here.